Hello viewers, welcome once again to the Python Novice to Pro channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can read a text file from Python and also search for a keyword in the text file, printing the lines that contains the keywords. On your screen is the text file, the contents of the text file. You can see the text file has several lines in the beginning of the Zooggaro kingdom down to the end, but he died from the sting of a mosquito. The text file has several lines. I'll show you how to search for a word in the text file and also print each line that contains a word. First, I'm going to show you in this readlines.py file how to do it the Pythonic way. Then after that, I'm going to show you how to do it the old way. It's also Pythonic, but the fact is that if you don't forget to do something, you might run into trouble. So let me show you the more Pythonic way. First, we'll open the file. In line 4, we'll use it with open and give it a file handle F. The name of the text file is textfile.txt, and we put it as part of the arguments of the open method. I put R to show that you are reading the file, you are reading it. I'll give it the file handle F. Then in line 6, we'll say store the lines of the file in a list called lines. Then we'll go on to line 9, where we now loop through each of the lines for line in lines. As we are looping through each of the lines, first for each line, we'll strip off the white space and new line character in line 11. Then the keyword we are going to search for in each line is D. We'll search for D and print that line containing D. So in line 13, we'll say if D in text, that is the text of the line that has been stripped of white space and new line character. If D in text, print text. It's simple, it's just a simple file, but you find it so much useful while you are coding in Python. So let me just run it, so you see, you compare what it runs, and then I'll compare it with the original text file. Let's run it. You see that each of the lines it outputs will contain D. This is the final output. You can see that from the 7 lines, it outputs only 4 lines. In the beginning of the Zooggaro kingdom, but none was as brave as Mang of the Kuje tribe, down to but he died from. You see, each of the lines contains D. Now, compared to the original text file, the original text file has 7 lines, but what we outputted as we are looking for each line that contains D is 4 lines. Now let me show you another way of doing this. It's the same using a file handle, but this time we'll add something that is essential, otherwise you run into trouble. In line 1, we'll first open the file as before, but you know in the other method we use with statement, with open text file text read as file handle F. But in this one, the file handle is a variable F. Then use the open method to read the file, to open the file, text file.txt, and say read R. Then we'll say from the file handle F, which is your outlook into the file, read each line, f.read line. In line 3, f.read lines. You store it in a list called lines. Then in line 5, we loop through the lines. We loop for line in lines. We loop through each of the lines. And in line 7, we remove the white space and new line character. Line.strip. Strip removes white space, new line character, all those things that causes problem when you are reading a line. We'll remove the white space and new line character. Then for lines 9 to 10, we search for the word D in each of the lines. Now the line is called test. After we remove white space, we put it into a variable called test. So we search for the word D in each of the lines or tests. Then if this in it, we print that test. Then a new thing different from the former one is that in line 17, we now close the file handle. F.close. We now close it. If you don't close it, Python will still be reading from it. So you need to close it so you don't run into problems. So that's the difference. Otherwise, both of them are the same. But you can see that this method with statement is shorter. It makes everything so concise. When you are reading so many text files, you see that it's much more concise. So I encourage you to use your with statement whenever you are opening a file in Python, so that you don't forget to close the file handle and run into problems. So that's all for today's video. I'll encourage you to like this video if you enjoyed it, and also to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. You can get the code files that I used for this video in the description or in the comment section. You can download them and look through them yourself. I'll put them there for you to, maybe you might want to look through them. So thank you very much and have a nice day.